Hi everyone, this is Rashiful Rivera once again for our training for what is a virtual assistant and what to expect today. This is a free webinar, and I hope that if you have more questions, please take notes. You can email me later, or you can send me a Facebook message after this webinar if you have any questions. Now, to begin with, once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Our topic for today is what is a virtual assistant and what to expect. But for the benefits of those who doesn't know me yet, my name is Rashiful Rivera. You can find me in Facebook, in Twitter, in Instagram, and LinkedIn by the handle Rashiful Rivera. I also have a YouTube account which helps other virtual assistants like me, how to establish their online business right at the comforts of their home. I used to be in a corporate world for more than 11 years. I've also tried a lot of businesses, including multi level marketing, so I guess you can say that I am an open minded person and well, I love coffee as well. But today, I'm an online business consultant and I'm a virtual assistant coach. I am helping other virtual assistants like me transition from becoming an employee or a remote staff to what we call the VA-preneur or the virtual assistant entrepreneur. Now, to get started with the training, we will be discussing more about the introduction to the VA industry and more than that. Of course, we will be discussing what virtual assistants can do for your business, the things that you expect from them or from us, the virtual assistant skills that you can tap, and the benefits that you can get from them for your business, of course. Next, now, what is a virtual assistant? If we will be checking up on the dictionary or in Wikipedia, we will find virtual assistant, which is typically abbreviated to a VA. It's also called a virtual office assistant. Others may call it a PA or a personal assistant, or remote staff, or what else? Virtual staff, for that matter. You may be hearing a lot of um, terms for virtual assistants, but what is most popular is the VA. And of course, anybody that is self-employed and provides professional, administrative, technical, or social assistance to clients remotely from a home office is called a VA. So if you don't know that, if you're working something from home to someone and you don't know what it's called, then you're already a VA. And as they say, VAs can do everything as long as you do it in your computer and on the internet. You can send it online. VAs can do something about it. And yeah, VAs can do everything except, bring you coffee physically. But hopefully, if they can invent something like, a coffee maker that you just have to click and then send it to your clients, who knows, right? No, kidding aside. Let's go to the next slide. When you hire a virtual assistant, of course, you don't pay employee taxes because they're the ones who has to do it for themselves. Remember that virtual assistants are business owners just like you guys, so they have to be responsible for their own taxes and other paperwork. They also pay their own medical benefits, and you just pay them full time for what they do, for what they work for you. If it's an hourly, it's you pay them hourly. If it's on a project based, you pay them project based or in a retainer. If you get a virtual assistant, you don't maintain office equipment, right in your home or in your office. So you already save for office space and of course for depreciation of those equipments. You don't also need to pay for if they don't work. You don't need to pay them, for sick leaves or vacation leaves and other employee benefits. When you hire a VA, you only pay for 100% productive work, and you can get service for multiple employees based on expertise and pay for one. Now, what do I mean by this one? For example, if you hire, let's say, my services, I have a team of virtual assistants working with me with different skill sets. Like I have a web designer on the team, an SEO expert, a graphic designer, a copywriter, a blogger or a content writer, a social media manager, Facebook ads expert. What else? Of course, I have someone that helps me with my administrative work and with my accounting. So if you will just be talking to me and I have multiple VAs working in my team, you can tap all of their expertise and just talk to one person, and then pay a very uniform price depending on what you need for the VAs and how many hours you need help with. So that's what I mean by that. And you don't need to think about um, talking to a different person and you know um, what do you call that, delegating the task to the people one by one. You can get somebody that can manage them, and she's a VA. Some people may call it the online business manager, or a VA that handles multiple virtual assistants or handles a team. So you can get that. Virtual assistant may not only be a single person working for a company, but she can only, or he or she can also be um, handling a whole team or managing your whole business. So depending on the expertise of the VA and the need and the need of your business. Now, with virtual assistants, you deal with experts who also work for other small businesses. So you also want to consider that she or he might be having a couple of clients just like you, and that you are not the only client that he has. So you might want to take into consideration the turnaround time of tasks or projects if you will be giving them some. For example, you send them a mailing list today, and the mailing list needs to be uploaded to, for example, an autoresponder, for example, in an Aweber account, and send a newsletter, in within today. So if you will be saying that, the VA may not be able to do it within today, but you have to schedule that within at least 48 to 72 hours from the day that you send the task with. That's the normal turnaround time for virtual assistants, unless you hire, an employee that you can readily say, hey, I need this by 5 o'clock today. So that's it. But virtual assistants, they work on a different pacing, and they work on schedules, mostly with multiple clients. If they have multiple clients, what they normally do is that they arrange the tasks according to priorities, according to deadlines, and of course, according to whoever gave them the tasks first. So you might want to consider that. Make sure that when you're giving a task to a virtual assistant, it's not that rush, or it's not that the deadline is not today or within the next few hours. If so, some VAs may ask for a rush fee. They call it the rush fee, but it might be a little bit more expensive than their regular hourly rate. So you might want to consider that as well. Now, next, what are the things that we expect when we hire a virtual assistant? Since VAs are also are also business owners, just like us, they also work with contracts. So you and the VA is bound by a contract. Of course, the contract should be agreed by the both of you. So you don't need to worry about the contract being one-sided or something. And also, you pay upfront. It's either 50% or 100% of the total amount that you've agreed upon, because there are different kinds of pricing that the VAs base their pricing on. Some price or ask for a retainer. That means a certain chunk of time, for example, 10 hours a month, 20 hours a month. Others do by service package, for example, social media posting in 2 platforms for $300 a month. Or you can also pay them by hourly. Normal virtual assistant starts their rate, if they're starting, $25 to $35 an hour, depending on expertise. And some VAs are really, really good at what they do, so they may be a bit more pricey, like $40 to $50, above. Especially those who are into technical tasks like web design, graphics, and some other stuff. Now, most virtual assistants track their time or charge by the package, just like what I told you. So it's up to you to ask and where you think you would be most comfortable. Because if you pay hourly, you are going to be sure that the virtual assistant is very honest in tracking their time and don't slack off. And also in service package, that means that you know what you're paying for. It's just like if you're ordering a meal in, let's say, Burger King, perhaps you want to order let's say what's that, the famous burger, the Whopper, with fries and Coke. You will be ordering it, for example, for let's say $5. So you know that that's what you paid for. A burger, French fries, and a Coke. But for virtual assistants, you know that you're paying for a certain task. For example, social media posting for two platforms, two posts a day at $300. So you know that's what you're paying for, regardless of how much time the VA deals with that project or with that task. You will be paying that amount only. So that's it. But if you are more comfortable in paying by the hour, it's also up to you and to the VA as well. Next, virtual assistants, since they're business owners, they also deal with business policies. Most of them are in their contract or in their company policies that you might want to check out. If you have any questions, make sure that you ask questions right before you sign the contract to make sure that there will not be any conflict at all. Right. Who are virtual assistants? Virtual assistants are those who have exceptional skills in their chosen fields, works from home, and meets or exceeds client expectations. Well, as for me, my expertise is into content creation, specifically blogging, social media, and I also do training. I also help those with events, like for example, if you will be holding um, a webinar or an online summit, I help mostly coaches make sure that all of their events are properly organized, and all of the things that we need are in order. All of the emails are sent, the website, the sales pages are good. So everything that has something to do with that. Other virtual assistants like me have their own chosen fields. They call it the niches. So each virtual assistant has their niches or their own chosen fields. For example, they choose their own clientels. For example, I service mostly virtual assistants like me and coaches, but other VAs may be servicing, let's say, restaurant owners, gym instructors, health coaches, photographers, what else, or any other field, any other industry, and all virtual assistants have their specific skill set, or it's part of their niches, what they're so good at. For example, there's a virtual assistant that is so good in graphics only, in web design only, in online business management or anything. So you just have to find the best virtual assistant that fits your need in terms of budget and in terms of skills. Now, finding that may be a little, tedious, but I believe that when you list down um, the ideal virtual assistant for you, you will find them. Next, what does VAs have? Of course, virtual assistant have the basic needs like computer or laptop with a decent internet connection. They normally have headset and webcam for interviews, just like this one. If we will be creating videos or something, printers and scanners are not necessary. Depends on the client task, but I have a printer and scanner at home. Phone system depends if the virtual assistant needs to receive calls from clients. Other online tools, well, online tools are really a lot, and I can't tell them to you one by one, but just to give you a few examples. One of the online tools that VAs have are the cloud system or cloud-based storage. They may have Dropbox, Google Drive, or the Google Documents. They have a tracking software, for example. They have FreshBooks. They have a software or a tool that they use for project management. We have Teamwork PM, Asana, and so many things that we use, for example, in creating videos, creating graphics or images, editing them, in creating the website, make sure that the SEO is good. Anything that we can find online, VAs should know that. Well, not all VAs knows everything, but it depends. Again, as I told you, it depends on their field of expertise. So if they said that their expertise is in WordPress development, then they should be able to learn or know all of the tools concerning, website development, using WordPress. And again, virtual assistants has standard operating procedures, contracts, and business goals, just like all business owners and just like you guys. Now, what skills does VAs have? Most virtual assistants come from corporate background or from other businesses as well, so they know other things that can be found in the office. For example, they may have background in in HR, in accounting, in marketing. What else? In online right now, because digital marketing is what we do for virtual assistants. They should know most about digital marketing, how to boost your business online, how to market them online. Because having a traditional business is really different from bringing it online. The conflict mostly arises from a traditional marketer and from a digital marketer. But virtual assistant's job is to bridge the gap between the two, especially if the client is not, that adept in online marketing. Most VAs also know how to research and do, anything in the internet. That's their job to, research and be more resourceful on how they can help the clients better. They know Microsoft or OpenOffice, or right now they call it the cloud-based offices or cloud-based tools. Again, mention of Dropbox, Google Docs, etc. There's tons of other tools you can hear about, like autoresponders, time trackers, project management tools, anything else. And mostly virtual assistants has the ability to do some technical skills depending on their niches as well. So don't expect that a VA knows everything. No, they don't. Just like you guys, you may be an expert at something but not at everything. So virtual assistants are also like that. Best thing is to list down the skills that you need for a virtual assistant, and then look for the virtual assistant that matches your need, matches your business needs. Next, other skills that virtual assistants may have are sales and marketing, as I've said, website development, copywriting or blogging, video editing, SEO or search engine optimization, if you don't know that yet, graphic design, digital marketing, social media. Well, graphic design is a very broad topic, and digital marketing. Graphic design may start from the simple creation of logo or headers or sliders, or just edit images that are taken, raw pictures for, let's say, profile pictures, or for a material to be used in website. So, graphic designer can be an expert of different things. Digital marketing is everything that we do online. So, from your website to optimizing it for search engine optimization, to marketing, let's say sending newsletters, doing blogs, videos, social media, everything that we do online comprises digital marketing, including ads, Facebook ads, Google AdSense, or etc. So that's it. I guess I've given you a couple of sample skills for virtual assistants. The key there is just to know what your business needs first before hiring or before getting a virtual assistant, because you never know whom you're gonna get. Next, just to be clear, virtual assistants are not employees. They're also entrepreneurs or business owners just like you guys. So you can treat them with respect, and please treat them as equal. You can also tap their expertise in online business. If there are some things that you need consult with, if there are some things that you don't know about, you can ask them. If they don't know the answer, I'm sure that they will be willing to find the answer for you, or find someone that can answer your question for you if it concerns digital marketing. Next, what can a VA do for your business? Of course, if you're having trouble with, for example, hiring employees, you don't want to, um, check on through a lot of applications, emailing process, calling them and asking them what their skills are. You can hire a virtual assistant to operate your entire HR operations, from the hiring process to their here in the Philippines they call in the 201 file, or the file for each employee's all of their information. Make sure that they're intact and make sure that their benefits are okay. So you can hire a virtual assistant for that. That your entire accounting process, from bookkeeping to paying your taxes to paying your individual bills, you can do that. Administrative tasks, you can make them your personal secretary, your personal assistant to fix your schedule for you, organize your computers, organize everything, and you can even ask them to buy flowers and send it to your wife online. So that's how flexible virtual assistants are. They can make your websites for you, make it look more beautiful and more professional. They can take care of your advertising, be it in Google, be it in Facebook, or in LinkedIn, Twitter, and right now in Instagram. They can help you with your social media presence, take care of your group or your Facebook page, or any other social media platform that you have. And of course, what's more important is virtual assistants can work without supervision, as long as you have given them the proper training and proper orientation on what they can do for your, or what they need to do for your business. But make sure that when you hire a virtual assistant, you give them the enough space to work on their own terms, but you have to give them the limitation. Let's say if you tell them that this is my business, this is what you do, you manage this, you manage that, um, you have to make sure that you know everything, you know their limits, and you know their capacities, because some clients are very much scared about giving their information to their VAs. For example, email access, um, PayPal access, or credit card access. If they have things that they need to buy online, you have to make sure that your virtual assistant is really something that can be trusted of. And trust is not that easy to earn. I know that. So and I cannot say that all of us in the virtual assistant industry have the superb or clean slate integrity, but just make sure that when you give your information to them, you give them the exact instruction on what they can do. For example, you gave them your PayPal access. Tell them that you can use my PayPal for up to, let's say, $100 for Facebook ads or whatever ads. If anything goes beyond that, you ask me first. Something like that. Or just make sure that you know how much your PayPal account is, just to avoid conflicts in the future. It will also be helping you guys protect your own business and save the virtual assistant from the trouble of um, you know making sure that that they trust them, and the virtual assistant knows that he is being trusted. It's important that when you're working with a virtual assistant, you both know your limits, you both know your responsibilities, and you both know that you have to trust each other. Hiring a virtual assistant is not just hiring an employee. You're hiring a partner here. You're hiring someone to help you grow your business. So you have to have some trust in the VA. Same as the virtual assistant. The virtual assistant must be responsible enough to hold that trust and make sure that everything that has been agreed upon will be delivered. In short, you get value for your money when you hire a virtual assistant. But hope that you hire the best. All right. Now let me show you how you can save a couple of dollars when you hire a virtual assistant versus hiring a full-time employee. For example, you hire a full-time employee at the rate of $15 an hour for 40 hours a week. You pay them $600 a week times 52 weeks in a year. That's roughly $31. $31,200 to be exact, plus an estimated 30% of benefits, taxes, etc. So you can sum up to about 40,560 versus hiring a full-time employee for an annual or monthly or annual salary of 35,000 plus a 30% benefit. You will spend more than 40,000, which is about $45,500, But when you hire a virtual assistant and you only need them for $10 a week, even if you pay them $35 an hour at $350 a week times 52 years, and you don't need to pay any overhead, no taxes, no benefits, anything, you will just be spending $18,200 per annum. So that's your annual expense for a virtual assistant at 10 hours a week. So can you imagine, guys, even if you hire them for 20 hours a week, you will just be spending not less than $40,000 a year. So you are really saving a lot, especially if you don't need a full-time employee yet. Okay, next. If you're a business owner and you think you need a virtual assistant now, you have to think again. You have to pause for a little while and ask yourself these questions. Are you ready to get a virtual assistant? When I say are you ready, is your business ready? Are you personally ready? Are you ready to delegate your task? Because other businesses aren't, ready to let go of the things that they do best, or let go the things that they do, on a day-to-day basis, like check their emails, check their Facebook, reply to those who will be answering, or take care of their customer service, especially share your personal and business information online, just like what I said earlier. PayPal access, email access, social media, and your financial readiness. You have to ask yourself, can I afford to pay a virtual assistant? What is my budget? So ask again, is your business ready for a VA? Again, if you have your business fully set up, if you have your website ready, your mailing list ready, your services ready, then perhaps you can start writing down the things that you need, the VAs to do for you. If not, think again. Okay, make sure that you're physically, emotionally, and financially ready before hiring a VA. Now, if you think you are ready to hire a VA, just start, listing down the things that you need the VAs to do and categorize them. If you think that you will just be needing a VA that specializes in HR operations, you can hire someone like that, or in accounting, or in web design alone, or in graphics, or your day-to-day administrative tasks. Or if you think you will be needing the expertise of multiple VAs, you can ask somebody that has multiple teams, just like me, perhaps, that I have a graphic designer, a web designer, you know, SEO manager, social media, ads, Facebook ads, what else? Copywriting, blogging, video editing. If you have a need for all of them, then make sure that you talk to a single person and not to a lot of VAs, and then be talking to all of them, because you will just be giving yourself a headache if you do that. You will end up managing a lot of virtual assistants from different expertise, and it may not be, if you're first time to hire a VA, it may not be the uh, what's that? It may not be an advantage on your part, because it will eat up most of your time training and orienting them. It will be better if you get someone that can manage that, or that can be an online business manager for that matter. But if you just need a few tasks here and there, then a general virtual assistant, or an administrative virtual assistant will be best for you. Next, again, if you think you need a virtual assistant now, you may schedule a free discovery session with me. You can email me at rosh@professionalvas.com, and together we will assess your needs. I will help you, understand your need for a VA, and make sure that you find the VA that fits for you. You can visit professionalvas.com, www.professionalvas.com, for more information. And of course, you can download a free ebook that I wrote in my website. Just write your name and your email address there, and you can get the ebook to help you out on how you're going to hire your virtual assistant and start growing your business. If you have more questions, just please send them to me, email them to me. You may add me in Facebook, in Twitter, and Instagram, and follow me in my YouTube channel at Professional VAs. I'm everywhere, guys, in social media. So just type my name, Rochefort Rivera, and hit me up in Facebook Messenger or in email, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions regarding, hiring a virtual assistant and regarding how virtual assistant can grow your business. Again, this is Rochefort Rivera, or Rosh, signing up. I'm your virtual assistant partner. Bye.